Hey everyone, it's Mithril. Welcome back to another video. And here I'm gonna do something a little different. I know I've been drawing boxes for the past 4 months, and I've attempted to draw things other than boxes. But today I'm going to actually learn how to draw things that are not boxes, namely people, because it's something I've been wanting to draw since forever. It's the reason I started kind of trying to learn how to draw about 5 years ago. Very on and off on the drawing progress thing. Mostly off, but for the past 4 months, I'm pretty sure I've practiced for more than those 5 years combined. So, as you can see, I am struggling a lot. I have never made an OC before, and I was trying my best, and it was really frustrating because I had all these cool ideas in my head, and when I tried to put the pen down on the paper, it just wasn't coming out. And I was designing an OC because last month on my Discord channel, we were having a sort of event where we were all going to showcase our OCs at the end of the month. So we could get some practice drawing and also have some subject that we can use to draw over and over in practice. After being frustrated with that, I decided I needed to learn how to draw. I need to finally learn how to draw people. For some reason in my life, I felt so much hesitancy trying to do this. I feel like I'm so much of a perfectionist that I can't get started on anything. I was trying to design my OC to be perfect in my mind. Like, I wanted to flesh out their exact character, what their story will be like, exactly what they look like and who they are before I put anything down on the paper because I wanted it to be perfect. Of course, I couldn't think of anything and the deadline was approaching, so I was like, I have to put something down. And when I put something down, I wasn't happy with it. And it's such an odd thing to think about. Like, if you want to draw people, why don't you just draw people? Yeah, exactly, past me. Why didn't I just? I felt like I wasn't ready, if you know what I mean. I don't even know how I felt. Like, I felt like I wasn't ready to learn how to draw people, and that I just needed to keep practicing the fundamentals and, I don't know, keep looking at art, and then one day all of a sudden I would know how to draw people. Which sounds weird now that I'm saying it. And so when I made up my mind to start learning how to draw, I didn't know where to start. I knew that Proko was a very good YouTube channel for learning figure drawing, but it seemed kind of boring. I don't know, it sounds weird to say that, it's so much hubris to say this person is a wonderful artist and a wonderful teacher, but I don't want to follow their course because it looks boring. But on the other hand, I had 10 days until the end of the month to put something together, to learn something. So when I decided I wanted to really seriously learn figure drawing, I went online and just looked up artists that I knew and liked. I looked up anything about figure drawing and watched the videos that looked kind of cool, but what I found was that it's really hard to find anything good about figure drawing online. Most of the resources I found were either way too advanced for what my skill level is at, or they were so specific that I felt like I wouldn't be able to apply it to other situations, and then I'd kind of just be back at square one. And I remember, I think it was on Sakura's channel, him talking about the Jetty Jet show and how he has some really good tutorials and stuff. So I've seen the Jetty Jet show's videos on female proportions before. Years ago, I watched these videos and thought they were boring and that it would take way too long to copy these down so many times that I couldn't possibly memorize how to draw these skeletons, and then sort of gave up. Yeah, I think I just watched them, decided that they wouldn't be helpful to me, and then just abandoned them. Probably stopped drawing for a year because I didn't know what I was doing, but this time I was determined to just trust the process. I don't know, I hear so much that the key to learning how to draw is just to practice every day, practice all the time, practice meaningfully. Practice the same thing over and over until you can do it every time on point. And I don't know why I didn't. I guess it seemed boring or a terribly long process, but here I am, 5 years later, without the drawing skill that I could have been developing this whole time. I really liked following these videos. They are based on the Andrew Loomis technique from Figure Drawing for All It's Worth, and I've actually looked at that book too. It's widely regarded as like the holy grail of figure drawing, but I was really lost on what to do with it. Like, he has these beautiful drawings of skeletons and talking about the proportions and such, but I didn't know what to do with it. They were really complicated, and I didn't know what to do. I don't know. I tried copying them down a few times, but they were so complicated I felt like I would never remember how to do this and just gave up. But these videos really break it down, make it simple. I just pretty much repeated each one of the videos a few times, 5 times maybe. The first one took the longest to learn because I had to learn all the proportions, but then after that, for the side and the back views, I feel like I picked them up a lot faster since I already had the basic proportions down. The first time I was able to do it from memory, it felt just magical. I guess it felt like learning this was actually possible, which is insane because I'm pretty sure I was able to do it on the second or third day I was practicing, and the side and the back views came even faster than that because I already had the basic proportions down. And the whole time I was just kind of kicking myself for not starting sooner. If I just spent 3 days in a row practicing like I am now 5 years ago, then I kind of mourn all that time that I wasted and all the skill that I could have gained. But I think the thing that keeps me going is the fact that if I think about how good I could be now if I had started practicing 5 years ago, then if I start practicing now in 5 years, I'll be that good. You know? People, I don't know, I see a lot of people give up because they feel like they've already wasted all that time. And I felt that way a long time too. Like 2 years ago, I was really sad because I was thinking about how much better I could have been if I started drawing 3 years ago. But if I had started right then, think about how good I would be now. And the best time to plant a tree is 10 years ago. But the second best time is today, right now, because if I'm already so downtrodden by the fact that just a few years of dedicated practice could have made so much of a difference, then what's to stop me from starting that dedicated practice now? The conclusion of all that is that here I am, trusting the process. I really liked following Drawbox because Uncomfortable kind of promises that if you read all the lessons carefully, if you watch the videos, if you do the exercises and homework that he tells you, you will get better. And that gives me a kind of peace of mind and comfort. Whenever people just say to just draw and just sketch every day, it gives me like a lot of anxiety because I don't know anything. I don't know what the best way to do things is. What if I'm just wasting my time? What if I don't learn anything from drawing so much? Which is crazy, because drawing anything is practice. If I followed the most inefficient, worst drawing course ever, and I practiced things that weren't the best way to practice for the past 5 years, I would be a hell of a lot better than I am now. A couple years ago, I was really into diet and fitness, and they say that the best workout program is the one you'll follow. Don't worry about min-maxing all the things you need and say, I need X many bicep curls to failure. But if you hate bicep curls and you never do them, you won't get better at all. So just do what you'll do. And for me, that's drawing people. But I never let myself do it because I was so sad about the pitiful state of my drawing ability. And so then that created this never-ending loop of me not wanting to draw because I wanted to draw people, trying to draw a person and it turning out badly, and then giving up again. But I hope that after this 10-day exercise that whole thing stops. Because I feel so much more confident after going through this. I hope that by giving myself this extra push here to the top of the hill, that I can gain enough skills to be confident enough to keep drawing and practicing, because after I draw something, I'll actually be happy looking at it. During these 10 days, I was doing these exercises on my drawing tablet, which is new, and I just got it, and I'm so excited, and I will be making a review of that soon. I also took my sketchbook with me to school, and it was so exciting, even just redrawing the skeletons in them. I don't know, it just feels exciting drawing something on paper. It feels so much more tangible, as if on the digital screen it could just be a dream, but when the pencil hits the paper and I see my drawing afterward, it just feels real. I don't know, is that weird? Maybe it's because I don't do enough digital art, because I just got my tablet. Anyways, I started drawing during class and kind of not paying attention to the lecture, which, bad ideas, don't do that. I've never felt such an urge to draw, and such a satisfaction with my artwork after, and it was intoxicating and addicting and so exciting. And again, I'm sad I didn't do this before, but I'm glad I'm doing it now. Yes. Also, if you are unfamiliar with the drawing program that I'm using, it's called Mischief. I thought it was such a cool idea when I first heard about it, and I'm really excited to be using it for something other than copying down my class notes. Basically, it's a vector drawing program with an infinite canvas and window opacity, which means that I can trace over something in my browser, which you've seen me use, which is such a great feature and I love it. As you can see, I'm having to erase the skeleton to draw the body over it. That's because I just have the free trial version. In the pro version, they have layers and you can export to Photoshop and stuff. So anyway, here's the exciting part, the kind of culmination of everything I've learned just drawing those skeletons. I tried to construct different poses using his technique, and it felt so crazy and exciting. Like, I've vaguely tried to learn different, say, body construction techniques and stuff, but it never came out looking quite right. But these actually looked okay. Like, they looked okay. And it made me so excited. Of course, the final goal is to be able to draw any pose I want without a reference, but to be able to translate a reference this well, at least compared to my previous skill, was just, it was such an amazing, exciting feeling, and wow, I can't believe I've been missing it for so long. The reference images are from Senshi stock on DeviantArt. Of course, every single resource I'm using in this video will be listed down in the description. But yeah, here I am trying to do a couple poses from imagination, which turned out not that bad, not too terrible. But of course, it's definitely going to look a lot more fluid and realistic with a reference, at least for a long time. But I am prepared to accept that. The only thing I can do is keep drawing from reference to learn exactly how the body moves, and by drawing enough poses, I will be able to manipulate them in my head to draw my own. I feel like a lot of people don't understand that, I guess. They feel like using references is cheating and somehow different from learning. It kind of feels that way. It feels like you're using different muscles. in your brain, I guess, to copy something down from a picture as opposed to making it up in your head. But there's nothing to make up unless you fill your brain with a wide variety of different things that you've already drawn. I especially liked drawing this one. I feel like it came out so smoothly and I don't know, it just looked really nice. Again, all of this is probably the greatest amount of practice I've ever done within a 10-day time period. One of my big fears when it comes to learning how to draw is that I won't be able to apply the knowledge anywhere else, you know? Say, like, what if I learn how to draw the front view, the side view, and the back view of the body perfectly? What if I never figure out how to apply that to different poses and that's all I can do forever and I will have wasted my time? That kind of freaks me out. And in addition to that, drawing with references, well, what if I can't find the right reference? What if I'm trying to draw something and I just can't find anything that looks like it and I can't draw it right from memory? Well, I think something that helps with that is drawing from pictures of myself, because I can take a picture of myself in any pose I want, and as long as I can draw that, I can draw any pose possible. So here is kind of my final exam for my figure drawing practice, and that would be drawing reference pictures that I took of my own body. I will not be showing those on the screen, as I do not think they are YouTube friendly. But yeah, for a lot of these, I think that the pose that I drew is a lot stiffer than the one in the picture. Like, the hips don't bend as much and the shoulders don't bend as much as in the photo. Or maybe they just seem that way because I can't render them quite well enough. But overall, I'm pretty excited about this. I've tried to draw pictures of myself as reference before, and they never turned out as well as this. So, I don't know, it's weird saying that it looks good when, of course, compared to every other artist on YouTube that I watch, it's super amateur. There's tons of mistakes that I can see even now. But I guess I'm just really proud. I'm really proud that I went through all this practice. I'm really proud that I went through these 10 days. And I feel like I worked really hard, and it was kind of exhausting doing this for hours a day. And during this time, I took a final for our class. I moved apartments again, and still here I am. Of course, this is totally unsustainable. I have classes to take, I have other aspects of my life, and I just don't find the time to be able to draw every day. But just for 10 days, it was doable, and that was nice. And so here's the final pose I chose for my OC. I don't know if anyone actually stopped to sort of read the characteristics I wrote at the very beginning, but she's supposed to be a kind of conniving, cunning, evil character. Like, she always gets her way, and she doesn't care if anyone else gets hurt, and something like that. But she's always such a sweet angel, and is overall, I don't know, manipulative as all heck. Photoshop is really the only software I know that well, because I did take a graphic design class a couple years ago, and most of the artists I watch on YouTube use Photoshop for their tutorials. So I've watched a bunch of Photoshop painting tutorials. I've never tried them myself because I couldn't draw. And here I am trying to apply all that stuff on the fly. As you can tell by the clock in the corner, the stuff for the OC design event was supposed to be posted on July 31st, and here I am a few days late because I was such a perfectionist and I wanted to get more practice in. I hope all my friends on Discord will forgive me for that, but I'm really proud of how this turned out. As you can see from while I was practicing these bodies, I just focused on bodies. Before, when I tried to learn how to draw people, I would get the body down. It looked okay, it looked whatever, and then I would think, wow, those hands look terrible. I need to learn how to draw hands. Oh no, my face looks terrible. Let me go learn how to draw a face too. Oh, but the eye looks weird. Let me go look up a tutorial on eyes. And those feet look funky, so let me learn how to draw feet. And I would get so distracted, and I would never keep practicing the fundamental skill I needed, which was drawing the whole body in the first place. The hands and feet and face can be blobs for now, and slowly I'll build up those skills. But I just felt like everything needed to be perfect, and so I drew nothing at all. That's really sad. That's really sad. And of course, the clothes are all taken directly from a reference picture. The hair is taken from a reference picture. None of this came from my own mind because I don't know what it looks like. I still need to build that up in my mind. Of course, the next time I try to draw a skirt like that or a shirt like that, I'll know a little more, which is pretty exciting. I guess that's just how it goes. You draw tons of different things and then you can draw it better in the future. I guess I both want to hurry things up too fast and I take things way too slow, which is a bad combination because that resulted in me not doing anything at all. To be able to draw something like this has been my dream for 5 years. And to know that it was within reach this whole time, I don't know exactly how it makes me feel. Sad, but also happy, but also glad that I can draw now. I don't know. I see people all the time, all over the internet, in real life, saying that, oh, I would really like to learn how to draw, but I'll never be as talented as XYZ, or I'll never be as talented as you, or this YouTuber, or anything, so it's not even worth trying. And which is just ridiculous, you know? I wasn't born with any sort of natural talent at drawing, as you can plainly see here, but I worked really hard at it. I spent a long time studying and practicing. Over these 10 days, I spent 18 hours practicing. If you do anything for 18 hours, you're gonna get better at it. I don't know, I guess I feel like people should just try, like really wholeheartedly try. Draw every day, study, and practice for a month and see how much better you get. It just makes me really sad to see all these people who say they want to learn something but then never put the effort in to do it. I would like to thank all the people on my Discord who have submitted their own OCs to this challenge. Thank you guys so much for being so motivating to me. I really loved seeing your hard work, effort, and creativity, and it inspired me to keep working hard to improve my own figure drawing skills. Next month, the challenge is hands, so I will be doing some of that too. Here are the sketches from my sketchbook throughout the 10 days. I didn't get to draw as much as I wanted to, but it was pretty exciting drawing something okay. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a great day. Now, get back to work.